All right, welcome. It is Monday of Good News York. I am alone again because Matt is out beating people up at the soup kitchen. He's a real jerk. But that's perfect because I am joined, and I can say this, by an actual friend of mine. He is a comedian, a sketch comedian, stand-up comedian, actor, podcast host. He does it all. I love him so much, and I'm so excited he's here. Mr. Paul Valenti. Paul Valenti. It's a very weak clap because it's just me today. Paul, my man, look at you.
I know. I look so pale.
You know, no, you look fine. I sit here and I'm like, yeah, my friend. And I'm like, I'm actually a shitty friend because we've only talked through social media. We haven't really caught up like this,
No, we've been meaning to over the years. I think that it's safe to say that you and I are both fans of each other.
Oh my God. Yes. I don't know about you. I'm a fan of yours.
I'm a fan of yours.
Do
you remember where we met?
I do. And I've been excited to talk about that. I would love to hear your point of view because here's my point of view. When I started doing comedy back in the day, took my first crack at it. I started sweeping floors at a local comedy club, and I became the house MC there. But my goal was I wanted to get to SNL or move down to the city, and so I started looking up different. I was trying to get gigs down there, and I found this showcase to be an extra on SNL, and it was at a restaurant. We were in the back room of a restaurant, and they had us do 10 minutes each. It was 8 of us packed in this back room of a restaurant. Yeah. And I remember I watched you, and I was like, this guy, I love this guy. He reminds me of a young Belushi. And I still feel that way. And you and I, we hit it off, and we kind of just started staying in touch. And then I made the stupid move of doing my music career instead of my comedy career. And now I'm back at the comedy. But I just thought you were amazingly talented, and you were such a nice guy. And it's rare when you stay in touch with people over the years that, you meet on a whim, especially in that situation. And I've done it with nobody else but you. And it's awesome.
That's how I keep track of all my friends. I meet them once, and then we're like, no need to meet up anymore. We're good. We have this action or whatever. I'll follow you on the apps of the socials.
And then that'll be it.
That's it. No.
Does that sound accurate, though? Does that sound like the accurate?
We've hung out a few times.
It was a few. Okay.
It was a few times because I believe I know I went to that showcase twice. I don't remember performing.
I think you did. You did.
Was it with Chris, or did I do something else?
No, you were alone, I'm pretty sure. I think you did stand up. I'm pretty sure. But it wasn't sad because I thought I was comparing you to a young Belushi. I loved this. Yes. I loved you.
That's high praise. Thank you.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So, there's a lot to get to between the Chris and Paul show, the Chris and Paul podcast. I know you do some off-Broadway stuff. You've got the workshops. Let's start from the beginning of you getting into comedy and how that all started. Because you live in Connecticut, right? Am I?
Now it is.
Now you do.
Okay. I was living in New York City for 15 years. When I moved back just before COVID.
Oh,
got lucky.
Good timing.
Yeah. Because I would have got COVID right away.
Oh,
I know. I'm like, I'm still on the subways. I don't care. I like the polls.
I was actually at an audition in the city the weekend of the shutdown, like when it all started, when all the madness started. I was in the belly of the beast, and somehow I escaped with no COVID. But anyway, enough about me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
A lot right there.
It was a lot. So sorry.
Nothing. No. Let me see. What I want to say we met 2003 or 2004.
That's right. It was about 2003 or 4. Yep.
3, 4. Okay. And I had no idea what I was doing. I knew a few things. I wanted to perform. I didn't know how. I didn't know where. I was at that time, very, very influenced by Kids in the Hall.
Yes.
And Chris Farley. And I had a lot of, my first experience to comedy was the Three Stooges.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you for mentioning the Three Stooges. They don't get enough love anymore. They really were pioneers for physical comedy and the comedy, our brand of comedy.
It was angry, but it was it was brilliant. It opened my eyes, and it allowed me to be silly in school. And I learned about the Three Stooges in 2nd grade because I sat next to this kid, Pino Soro, who I still once in a while keep track in the social medias.
Good.
So every once in a while we'll give a little wave,
a little hello,
or send a Three Stooges meme.
Perfect.
And he says to me, "Hey, did you ever watch the Three Stooges?" And of course I wanted to fit in, so I lied,
right,
and said, "Yeah, but." Since I moved to a new school. Since I moved, I don't know what channel it's on. So tell me. And he did. And I went home and told my mom, "Hey, wake me up at 6:30 in the morning because I want to watch the Three Stooges."
I love that.
And then I came in and I came, did you watch the Three Stooges? And we just hit it off, started talking. And my first episode was a Shemp.
Okay.
I didn't discover Curly until maybe a few weeks later, and I was like, "Wow!" Shep still think Shep is great. It's his own thing.
Sure.
He was outshouted by Curly because he was out for so many years. Yeah, that's how I got it. And then when I met you, I was probably in the city for, let's say, a year or two. But before I went to the city, I was actually in a play called The Three Stooges, which is a Christmas Carol with the Three Stooges.
That's phenomenal.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to play this role. And that was at this place called Curtain Call, where I met Chris in 99. So I met Chris in 99. I did the show in 2001 and 2002, I believe. So just when I'm just trying to figure out acting and comedy. And I remember auditioning, and I did my impression of Curly, and I made it to the final audition, and the director said, "If we cast you, would you shave?" Yes. I
absolutely will.
Yeah. So because now I got into that show, the guys who directed it started opening my eyes up to. I knew Abbott Costello. I knew a little bit of Laurel and Hardy.
Sure.
I didn't know there was a whole world that I didn't meet, like Buster Keaton, Chaplin, Harold Lloyd. I mean, all these great comedians of the past, Sid Caesar, Red Skelton. I started knowing. I was like, oh, so now I just started changing my mind.
Sure.
These guys can get laughs without being crude. And I'm not against being whatever. But I thought it's like you have to work harder to get a laugh without saying anything. And I loved that. So I was trying to figure that out when I met you. So I was probably all over the place. So I couldn't tell you.
No,
it did.
But you know,
you could.
No, that checks out, because that's why I said a young Belushi. You were like an old soul to me. Like, I could tell that you got it. Like you had all the characteristics of those traditional classic pioneer performers. And so obviously you have talent, but obviously that's what you were watching, because I could see that, in your act. And I think that's awesome, man. I think it's great that it's 2025 and people are still out there paying homage to the greats that, we all wouldn't be here doing it if it wasn't for those guys,
Right. Of course.
Absolutely.
And I remember when you were on stage and you had my humor because you were doing some physical stuff yourself.
Yes, I was very physical.
I don't remember where you were mimicking, but it was funny. And the way you were just like wriggling your body to something, I don't know what, but I was laughing my ass off.
You were the only one laughing. I think, yeah, hello. I think I may have been doing like, God, this is awful. I think I was doing different porn positions. I think I was talking about how like people watch porn and like they, it used to be just missionary and now it's like they're getting so creative. And I think I got up on the stool. That sounds like something I would have been doing then. But either way, I do remember the casting director, we got done and I basically cornered him before he left. And I was like, look, I have dreamt to be on SNL. Please, like, just give me that shot. And scared the shit out of him. But it worked because I got on twice as an extra. But that's when I met you. And then as the years went on, we stayed in touch. And it kind of seems like I said, you know, Paul Valenti, sketch comedy, stand-up, actor, you're doing it all. But it seems like the Chris and Paul show has kind of been your main gig for a long time. And you guys were on, just a few years back, you were one of the finalists on the NBC show Bring the Funny. Which blew my mind because, again, we just talked about, I knew you for all these years. I knew your talent. And then all of a sudden you're on an NBC show. I'm like, yes. Finally, dude, he fucking got his break. And, I was so proud. And it's funny because I have a friend of mine, her and her husband watched the show and they were talking to me about it. And they mentioned, they're like, oh, I loved this Chris and Paul guy. I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm like, that's how I found out you were on the show. So I turned, yeah, no shit. And I catch the highlights. I'm like, that's my buddy Paul. I can't believe it. So they thought it was the coolest thing that I knew you. And then I told him he's not that cool, but I'm kidding.
He hides from me. He doesn't answer my texts.
Right, that's right. I know I'm bad at that. So anyway, I digress. You meet Chris in 1999. Talk about how the Chris and Paul show and all of this came together.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the ended version because there's a lot of things that happen.
Dude, it's just you and me, babe. We got the time.
Do you have a day?
We have a day.
Yeah, everything's very vivid to me. I do have this incredible memory of what happened in sequence. Most of the stuff. But I'll put down my keys or my phone. I'm like, what does it do my phone? Where is it? Was it? I just said you're an idiot. But you asked me about it. Most gigs. I do have a visual. I don't know. It's like an emotional connection. They said the things you remember the most is the things you have an emotional connection with.
Huh.
Yeah. They all say those people that say
the theys,
the theys people, it's like they say
they're friends with everybody, right? When you're at the party, who was there? Everybody was there. Same people.
It's like, right. It's like a club, their club, and what they say means no matter it doesn't have to act, be connected to facts or anything. It's just like they say it.
If they say it. Then it overrides everything. Well, they said.
Yeah. Well,
if they said, then I guess.
All right. It. Yeah. That's such a weird phrase.
I know.
I heard they.
You know what they're saying? Yeah.
They're saying.
You know what they said? I hate that.
They say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our language is so weird because we say a lot of things. Sorry, I'm going veering off.
No, it's fine. I love that. That was fun.
I don't know. Quickly, aside from. I was diagnosed ADHD last July.
Oh, dude, you're new. Welcome to the family.
I'm new to the club.
It's wild, isn't it?
I was with my psychiatrist. My therapist, just 2018, and we've always talked about it, but she couldn't diagnose me. And then I realized how much problems I was having.
Yeah.
And then she says, well, let's see if we can find you a psychiatrist. And I did. And I'm medicated. And it's game changer. Though I forgot to take it this morning. So
oh, good. You can go take
chatty.
it. I take I take Ritalin. I too, got diagnosed in 2019, even though my entire life, everyone was like, you've got ADD. Because I was, but the myth is everyone's like, squirrel. And like, yes, the focus is a very big part of it, but they don't understand, like, I don't know. Have you ever put your keys in the refrigerator? Like it's not just about focus. It's emotional control. It's racing thoughts. It's obviously the focus part of it. So I get it, man. And when I finally started going to therapy and getting medicated and getting a handle on it, it was a game changer. Because it's a superpower. Like the way I explain it is like, it's the best and worst. So it's like the same thing that allows me to be so fast and be able to improv and be able to think of outside of the box ideas is also the same thing that I can't sit down at night and watch a show and relax because I have 54,000 thoughts on a conveyor belt going through my head, Yeah. So I was always like, I want to have quality of life, but I don't want to curb my creativeness,
Right. See, for me, all of a sudden my brain went, and I still had things to do, but I wasn't overwhelmed.
Right.
When I would have a bunch of things to do, like, oh, I got it. And
right.
My place would be a mess, and that was my head. But every time I would organize my thoughts for a second, it'd be nice, and also get messy again. Now that I'm on it, I have things here, like notes here. Yeah, everything's organized. I have a to-do book every day that I write in now.
Dude, I live by my calendar. My iPhone calendar. I mean, it's so bad. It's like, 2:00, breathe, clip my toenails. Like, and my wife jokes, like, I can't believe you put that stuff in your phone. And I'm like, I can't believe you don't understand that I need to put this stuff in my phone, Whatever works,
Yes.
When I went back to college, I texted my papers. Because I started to realize, how the hell am I going to write a paper? I can't say, I know what to write, but I just hate doing it. Dude, I would take my phone, I would text my papers into my phone, email it to myself, put it into Microsoft Word, edit it, and then submit it. And I thought I was cheating. And I told one of the professors, I was like, listen, I just want to be open and honest. That's what I've been doing. And they're like, that's not cheating. Those were your own thoughts. They're like, you're managing your ADHD. So, brother, I get it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I started doing. It was always very hard for me. I had all these ideas for scripts. And when Chris and I would have ideas, it was so hard to write a whole sketch and rewrite it, and rewrite it, and rewrite it. And it was so overwhelming. And Chris and I, especially in the beginning, we would shit ideas. I mean, Chris is an idea maniac.
Sure.
Chris, for every one idea that came up, Chris came up with 5 ideas. So we just had a pile of ideas. Then I just started, just write bits down. And then Chris and I started rehearsing the bit. Okay, let's do this, let's do that. But we would do it so much that we would start memorizing movement. So that's how I was able to do that. So now I can write bits. So I accept it. Just write bits.
Right.
You don't have to write the whole thing, and then take the concept. And that's why I think our show is great, because it's very loose. It's not like go here. I mean, we do have some structure, but when it comes to the physicality or anything else that pertains to that sketch, it's fresh all the time to us.
That's great.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I feel for you because, I struggle so much. I have so many, script ideas, some that I've started, and I try to explain to people that it's not like I don't want to. That's the hard part about it, is I really want to write that and finish it, but my brain, I'm like in this paralysis where it's like I can't just sit and do it. And that tug of war can be debilitating, especially in the field that we're in, right? The creative field. So I love that you found a way to manage it, like you just explained. So let's talk about the Chris and Paul show. So you meet Chris in '99. Now we'll bring it back. We'll do like a Tarantino. Now we're going back. You meet Chris. How does this come about, the Chris and Paul show?
We met through a mutual friend. I was doing a show, and I knew of Chris because we all ran around in the same circle.
Yeah.
And the very first time I met him, I was in a lobby of the theater that we were performing at, and they were doing some construction. So there was boards that they were pieces of wood that they're throwing out, and was showing off to all the girls in the cast that I can break wood, because I was into martial arts then too. I was taking martial art classes. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. And then Chris comes in and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm just breaking boards." It's like, "Let me see." So he grabs a board and I'm about to go, and he goes, "Never mind." And he ran out. And so that's our first interaction. And then
amazing.
I saw him in Noises Off, and I saw him on stage, and I thought, I was like, "Holy crap, this kid is funny."
Yeah.
And then then my friend Darren and I were in a play, and we were talking. I said, "I want to be like Kids in the Hall. I want to do a sketch troupe. I should know what to do." He goes, "You should talk to Chris. He's really funny. He likes comedy a lot." And we all met. There was like 10 of us that went over Darren's house, and we all just started writing a show. We didn't know what we were doing, but Chris, I guess in the beginning of the year, his senior year, he talked to one of the teachers and say, "Hey, I want to do a comedy show at the end of the year." So he's like, "Yeah, do whatever." So it was the Crystal Meth Comedy Show. So for like months, we're working. We're thinking, "Well, where could we perform? Where could we perform?" And then when he just gets Chris goes, "Wait a minute, I have a show, the Chris O'Neill Comedy Show at the end of the year, and we could do this there at Stanford High at Chris's high school." So we said, "Great." So we did that, and we did this show on May 20th in 2000, and that was our first, I guess, time Chris and I were staging. We had the footage of one of the sketches we wrote called "Who the Hell Is On First," where everyone's trying to explain the joke to me, and I don't get it at all.
Dude, that's great. That is great.
Yeah.
Who the hell is on first? I don't understand this.
Yeah. We're probably gonna post it soon. We're actually revamping our socials medias.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start posting like old stuff.
That's great.
But yeah, so that was the first thing. And then Chris and I remember, I guess Chris goes, "I knew I wanted to work with you because I came on stage at the end of that sketch with a lollipop, and Chris gives me the lollipop and goes, 'Would you like some?' And I took from it, put it in my mouth, and you can see Chris almost break, and the audience laughs. And Chris goes, 'That's when I knew I wanted to work with you.' Because you'll do anything." And that was it. And then it was basically shrunk to where Chris and I were mostly doing the most of the stuff together.
Mhm.
And then Chris goes, "Let's go into the city. Let's go. I know a couple of guys that go in. We could do that too." So I called New York Comedy Club and I said, "Hey, I manage these two guys, and we would love to do a
Nice.
show." He's like, "Yeah, I just come down and bring 3 people." Like, "Oh, okay."
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
New York, man.
Yeah. And then we started performing in New York Comedy Club, but we didn't know where to put sketch comedy. So we did our 2-man act on that, New York comedy stage. And then that's how we started to grow. We were to this probably like 8 years to find our voice, but we knew what we wanted to do. We just didn't know how to do it and how to, I don't know, mold it.
Sure. Especially then, you didn't have as many different choices of outlets. It's tough because that's why the dream for us, like I like stand up a lot, but I enjoy sketch. I enjoy bits. And now with TikTok and, Instagram and all that, you can do that on the regular, but back then it was like you either had to perform it live or there really was only a show like SNL, which was obviously the toughest nut to crack. So I know what you mean in trying to find your way, but you guys did. And so you started performing, you would do that 2-man show at comedy clubs. And then didn't you transition to theaters as well? Because I know you.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually we went to the People's Improv Theater, and our first show there was, Chris actually had to miss a cousin's wedding for that. It was, we did 3 shows in December. Like, "Oh, wow, we have 3 shows in a row."
Yeah.
So we got booked there, and we have it on film, and it's horrible. It's It's the worst.
But but at the same time, you got to go easy on yourself. Have you ever met anybody who's turned on the tape of their first anything and been like, man, we really nailed it right out of the gate? It's part of the deal. And I mean, I think it's better than you probably think. So if I was to go to a Chris and Paul show now, what do I expect? It's a 2-man show, obviously. Is it just straight improv? Do you have scripted bits? Is it a little bit of both? What am I getting at a Chris and Paul show live?
So, Chris and I, we roughly do an hour, and a lot of it is, more physical, not dialogue when it's necessary.
Sure.
And a lot of audience participation.
I love that.
And if you saw what did we do? The balloon bit where we brought Chrissy Teigen on stage.
Yes, check that out.
Yeah. That was one of our favorite bits, and that bit's probably 2009, 2010 and the good thing what I love about Chris and I, we're always tweaking the bits and see how can we shift it, can it move, is it done? Do we try to salvage this? Do we throw it? So him and I are very, very good at knowing what's good, knowing what's still good, and knowing what can be improved on.
Sure.
And when we started doing the balloon bit where Chris is a balloon, I blow him up, and then he flies away, we felt like, oh, okay, what we can do more bits with the audiences and have them be part of it, not make fun of them.
Right.
What I love about that bit is, and it works every time, I'm probably giving away now, but basically, I give them the balloon and when they go to clap and then they don't realize they let go of the string, and that's when Chris goes off. And it's so good, the reaction, because then there's a point at the song has a big crescendo, and I point at the person, they go, "Why did you let go of the balloon?" And it just settles in. But we love to make people feel a part of it.
Yeah.
So over the years, we've written tons of sketches where there's audience volunteers. So now we're trying to do like half, but it was always a good 3 or 4 bits where people knew was coming. So you get audience volunteer stuff, a lot of classical music, a lot of very, very in tune with Buster Keaton and Laurel and Harvey.
Love that, man.
But some twists are very morbid.
Yeah, and I love that.
You know what this is? It's like a giant kids show. We're two giant kids. We're in this kid show, then all of a sudden it takes a dark turn.
No, see that, and that's why you and I get along. Like, I love that bit you guys did where you're at the funeral and and like it's all emotional, and then I don't want to give it away, but at the end, like it just it flips, and you're essentially making fun of something. I love that, and I think dark humor has a place, especially nowadays.
Of course.
So the Chris and Paul show, how often are you guys performing now? Just a couple times a year? I know you tour. Are you primarily doing it in the city still? Where are you at with that?
No, we have a couple of venues. I mean, here's the thing, and Chris and I are pivoting more towards social media now, because that's where we're talking to our agent about it, and that's probably the direction to go. Because we found out before COVID, Chris and I would remember, Chris was in Book of Mormon.
That's right.
From 2012 to like 2017.
On Broadway? On Broadway?
Yeah, he did.
Shit.
He did 2.5 years on the road. He was the first tour for Book of Mormon, and then he did Broadway for 2.5 years. And when he came to Broadway, it was great because then I would produce some of these shows, and I'd call Chris up. I said, "Hey, you want to come perform? It's been doing a spot for me." I was like, yeah. So he would come right after the show, Broadway show, and come do 15 minutes with me.
That's amazing.
It was the greatest because we just fell right into it.
Chemistry, man.
But yeah, it is. Well, that's the thing about the only thing Chris and I what's held us together, because even when we're younger, we were still trying to find our creative flow.
Yeah.
And there'd be a lot of fights, but we couldn't figure it out. We'd get frustrated with each other. Like, no, we got to do this. We got to do that way. But every time we got on stage, I mean, we were just, it was flawless.
And it shows.
Yeah. We learned shorthand together and then we started just agreeing together and saying what works. And Chris figured how I worked. I figured out how Chris worked. And now it's just easier to be on the same page with each other, get there faster. And, so we were doing a ton of shows, and in New York City, we were selling out all the time, and we had our fan base, if you will. And then after COVID, it's been tough to sell shows.
Well, it's not just you though. I hope you know that, because
I know
it's tough. You know, it's hard for me personally, just as a human being, but also as a performer. I'm trying to get, like, everything feels weird to me since COVID, and I can't gauge if it's, is it my mental health? Is it post-pandemic still? Is it because I'm now in my 40s, or I just had a second kid? All this shit happened all at once for me, so it's hard to, like, pull it apart and figure out why things feel so different. And, am I not plugged into the scene as much as I thought I was, or are people just not going out anymore? And I'm starting to find, the more people I talk to, that I think society was always heading in this direction with social media and not being out as more, but I just think the pandemic kind of microwaved it,
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
I feel like it's also easier to connect with someone because I can go do a show.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who's going to show up, and you're trying to message people. But the whole thing about social media is you're looking to catch algorithm too.
Yes.
So everyone has the access to do everything, right? So we're all on the same playing field. So when we went to the theater, and you had you did show, people would talk about it and go to the theater.
Yep.
And that's fine. Now they're like, well, I'm on social media. Aren't you on social media? I mean, if Chris Paul's on social media, I might as well just watch him there.
Right.
But nothing's better than live shows. I think that maybe that's the mentality. And now we have a whole group of people who don't know what it's like before cell phones.
I know.
So they've been connected, where I still think a live show is great. But now everyone's looking to catch the algorithm. And now everyone has the same equipment. How do we get our head above?
Yeah,
so now I think it's competition is just more.
It's just oversaturation, because for every 5 talented people on social media, there's probably 500 who have no business being on there, and we're just oversaturated with that stuff. So it is hard to stand out, but it's an interesting time because, in the music world, I've found the new thing I just caught on to. Some bands haven't even played a show yet. They're just like uploading, like they create their own music video, or they take a video of them at rehearsal and they build, hundreds of thousands of followers. And then the demand is, okay, well, now we can go out, which is actually the right way to do it. But back in the day, you used to go out and perform so people would buy your music and come to the next show. It's strange navigating this.
We're going through a different. Something's happening. I don't know where it's shifting just yet. I mean, obviously everything's going to go online, but what's fans going to do to live shows?
Yeah, I mean, I
don't know.
I mean, I'm curious what you think. I just have this. I have a theory, but maybe it's more of a hope. I can't ever imagine that live shows and face-to-face performance and socializing is ever going to die. I mean, you need that as a society. I mean, do you feel that way?
Yeah. I think it's so important to have that human connection. That's what I know, probably talk about it later, but Chris and I do workshops now. And
yeah, I was going to transition to that. Yeah.
We do workshops together. We have the Chris and Paul Comedy Workshop, which we touch on physical comedy. And then I do team building workshops and other workshops. But what I love about improvisation is the connection that you can get working with people.
Yep.
And I feel like sometimes, that's missed because, I mean, this doom scrolling. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. This guy's really funny.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go to a show.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. So I feel like, well, here's the thing also, because a lot of people, like the 500 people that aren't funny, but they'll have this one great viral bit that they fart and give you the middle finger.
That's it.
And they're like, that's hilarious. And they show it to all their friends, but they wouldn't go to a show to go see a guy fart.
I'm going viral.
Right?
It's so hard to navigate that. It's, I don't understand it. No, it's an exciting time, but it's also nerve-wracking because you're just like, I chalk it up to like, I just remember being a kid and being like, oh, I wonder what it's going to be like in the future. And as of like the last 2 to 3 years, I'm like, I'm finally in the future now. Like, I think we're here.
We're there now, just trying to, it's like settling. It's like still bubbling and trying to figure out
So I'm glad you mentioned the comedy workshops. That's where I was going next. I think it's amazing that not only, do you perform as much as you do, but you're, doing the justice of passing on your knowledge and teaching workshops. How do people, I know you can be booked, you can go to schools and do it. Do you do it privately? What's the deal for the comedy workshops?
So when we do shows, we also implement a workshop that we go to. Like we just came back from the Comedy Arena, which is in McKinney, Texas, and we do the show. We do 4 shows, and we do a workshop either Saturday or Sunday. And it's all the people from the theater. And it's great. And we've been there for 3 years. We absolutely love the Comedy Arena. Jared, who runs it, an amazing person. Who always treats his talent with the utmost respect, and he's friendly, and that's what you want. Absolutely. And so when we started doing our workshops, he's like, yeah, of course, by all means, I think you're great. You guys should be doing this, and it's been successful. I started teaching workshops probably around 2012, 13. I became fascinated with improv because I saw a lot of bad improv shows.
I bet.
But it was creating community. So yeah, they do a show, they do a $5 show, and they all go and hang out, and then we're joking around and just being friendly. Like, okay, so don't care how bad your improv is, as long as you guys are getting together community. I was like, there's something there.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to try to figure that out. So I started teaching what I've learned from improvisation to what works for me. And then I started expanding that into physicality and what I love to do. And then I started expanding that to, okay, what is this really connection improv do? And I kind of meshed it with philosophy for acting and perform. So art is all, I spread it improv and I don't know, like improv is everything, but I think improv, I know, because I've seen it, improv helps with across board with everything.
It does.
Especially with human connection. I just did a team building for New Vance Hospital. And it was 12 or 13 health educators.
Wow.
Okay. And me going to I'm like,
tough room.
Oh, more. But I told them my philosophy, and I was giving them games of example of how to connect with each other, and they were having a blast. And as soon as we got that first laugh, not because of what I was doing, because of what they were doing. And most of them were friends. Some of them met for the first time. A lot of people know each other from online. There were several educators from Zimbabwe who were doing something I guess they were doing some classes there. And so there are people invited, hey, we're doing this team building thing. And no problem. They just came and they were blown away. And one of the a dentist, she came to me, she said, would you ever go to Zimbabwe? I'm like, yeah. Teach your problem in Zimbabwe? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't like, my first thing is like, let's not be funny. Let's just connect.
Sure.
That's all. It is simple connect. And I think that's what we miss out on. There's no judging because we do have a lot of judging in the world. Even before all this crazy stuff happened with politics, there was still judging. I remember when I was a kid making fun of people.
Oh.
And I go, ooh, to me, that's cringy now.
Yes.
I know a couple of your friends like, oh, look at that. Ooh,
I know. Yeah. It's when I think back to, I actually was saying recently, thank God there wasn't social media back when I was a teenager in my 20s. Like, the dumb shit I would have said and done. Things have changed so much. And have you gone back and watched some of like your favorite 90s movies and been like, what did they just say? Like, there's so much shit that went over our heads that I was like, that's not a good thing that we said there. No, but I think that's great that you teach so you, in other words, when you go and travel and perform the Chris and Paul show, you'll make a weekend out of it and also include workshops that weekend as well.
Yes. And we have our local theater that Chris and I met at. We do workshops there. There's a couple theaters we're doing. Now we just started working with this company called Unthinkable Comedy.
Okay.
Based out of Westchester.
Nice.
And it's his husband and wife, Gary and Sarah, who are amazing people, who we were kind of running around the same circle. We kind of knew each other. And they were part of this improv troupe that actually was part of my show I was producing, Sketch Block.
Nice.
And Gary sent me pictures like, yes, that's right. We did bump into each other. But so when I sent them my resume, I was like, I know this name. And they're like, oh, I know this name. And then we finally met, then everything opened up like, great. So now they teach in schools. And so now I'm teaching kids from first grade all the way to 12th grade, which is great.
Do you feel that same fulfillment that you get when you're on stage and you're interacting with the crowd and you're connecting? Do you find that when you're teaching and you make that connection with a student, does it scratch that same itch for you?
Oh, yes. Yeah. For both Chris and I. And also it's easier on my body.
Well, sure. I'm going to tell you what to do now. You do it. I'm old. You flip off that stool.
Dude. Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know if I noticed. I don't know if you see this. But
what do you got? Oh my God.
I broke my wrist on stage.
No.
Yeah.
Did you?
During Bring the Funny.
Oh my God. Well, dude, you're killing it because that's literally where I was transitioning to next. Paul Valenti with me. You were on the NBC's Bring the Funny. You were one of the finalists, and I wanted to talk to you about that, but we'll go back to the beginning of that. How did you break? You broke your wrist during like the recording of the actual episode?
No. All right. So going into Bring the Funny, we get there. I think the third or fourth day we have to film our first bit.
Okay.
So okay, so here it is. We're gonna do your first bit, and then if you don't make it, you go home. I'm like, oh, okay,
wow. Straight.
So Chris and I all right, let's just put on a great performance.
Yeah.
And Chris and I worked our asses off every day just to make sure we stay on. And then we ended up obviously staying for 3.5 weeks. And then we went back to say we're going to film the finale in September. So Chris and I figured, okay, what we're going to do for the finale. And in the meanwhile, let's promote a show and say we want to get loose and practice.
Yeah.
Maybe you can help us come up with ideas. And July 20th, we do a show at the Pit.
You know it's bad when you remember the exact date.
Oh, yeah. And we did the show. And then at the end, we go, hey, we love that show so much, we're going to do it backwards. So we do this thing, I forget what it's called. That song, whatever, I forget what it's called.
Yeah, the horse racing.
Oh, yeah. So we do the whole show backwards. So we're doing silhouettes of the bit. Like we'll do a quick second, but do it backwards.
I love that.
And the second to third to last bit, I do a prep fall, but I'm pushing up as I'm going. I'm anticipating me bouncing back up.
Right.
And
Uh-oh.
And my whole arm fell asleep. And I go to run towards Chris, and I can't lift my left arm up, so I just keep on going, whatever. And then we clean up the stage in a choreographed way, go back into I believe there's a door on each side. We fix our ties, and we close the door, and then 2 seconds, we're supposed to come back out. And I didn't come out. I fell to the floor.
Oh.
In pain. I was like, what the hell did I do? I must have dislocated it. I come out. I put my arm around Chris. Paul, where are you? Where are you? He looked at me and said, what are you doing? I put my arm around him. I told him, I said, I think I broke my wrist. And there's a picture of me telling Chris that I broke my hand or wrist, whatever it is. And I go in and my wrist is like,
ah.
I was like, oh, I dislocated it, not knowing that.
Well, you did.
Then I guess the structure that holds it up, it went boom and like this. I had no idea. So I'm like trying to fix it. I'm like, maybe
easy, dude. We know you performed in front of healthcare professionals, but that doesn't make you a pro.
Right.
My God, man. And
so we had a film in September, so I got the operation within that 2 weeks to fix it, but my hand was a balloon. And if you watch our finale and the balloon, the way I'm holding my hand, I had to take I think I took the cast off, but it was still weak. I was still going through physical therapy for that. So
see, if you weren't sure if you were dedicated to your craft before, we know that now. How did NBC Bring the Funny come about? I know we got to get you out of here in a minute, but I wanna get to that. So,
yeah. Excuse me.
All right.
Yeah, there was a guy who was at the pit, Alan, who was awesome to Chris and I. He was he was the artistic director there at the time. And he says, hey, I have someone who are looking for sketch duos. They're doing this show sometime next year. And Alan says, I love the Third Union Hat. I really like you guys. Says, oh, awesome. Thank you so much. And so they reached out to us. We sent them a couple of videos. Didn't even think about it. Like, okay, here's a couple of videos, whatever. Over the years, for some like, whatever. Yeah, we know it's like, whatever. Yeah. We had to sit down with Comedy Central. We've had sit downs with agents, managers. So we love you. We know what to do with you. So try whatever.
I get it, man.
Just another thing.
It's another thing. Like, yep. And then they break your heart.
Phone calls started getting momentum and shorter and shorter and shorter. I was like, oh wow, they really like us. So February 12th, we flew to LA, and it's 13th, 14th, 15th. Yeah, that's right. On Valentine's Day, we auditioned for all the execs, and Chris and I were we've been. Chris just came off of, I think, Book of Mormon at that time, but we haven't really performed a lot that much because we're both in Connecticut now.
Sure.
And so we're out of breath. We do our 2 bits. We're out of breath. And they're asking us questions. We're trying to get our breath. But we got a standing ovation, which was really cool. So we walked out. And
was this just for the execs are in the room or on the?
Yeah.
Okay.
The producers. Yeah. And one of the producers comes up to us, who's going to produce our segment, and she says, you guys signed everything? Yeah. Because you guys are on a show. Like, why did we just walk down? Like, they wanted us, which is amazing. So that whole experience there was so cool because I guess everyone liked us. And it was such a great ride. We're like, we're just here just to have fun. And even though it was funny because, Chris and I think it was like half bartending. It wasn't really working that much. Our meals for the craft table.
Yeah, baby. For sure.
But, yeah. So that was a great experience. We got to, we got to perform with Michael Longfellow, who's on SNL now.
Yeah.
Such a gem.
He is a gem. I actually just saw him in Ithaca. He opened for Colin Jost.
Yeah.
I was actually just talking about him last night, actually. He is one of my new favorite cast members. Dude, that's an amazing story. You know, the other cool part of that is that, you know, sometimes the worst part is that time between, you know, the audition and when they call or don't call, and you just have to sit there and question, and you didn't have to. Like, that's a very rare situation that they immediately tell you, we want you. So you must have nailed it. I mean,
yeah, I guess when they liked what they saw in the videos we set down, but yeah, we just kept on, you know, doing our stuff. The cookie. See, here's the thing. Quickly, the cookies, which are closer bit. That's the only video from Bring the Funny that's not on YouTube because they couldn't get the rights. Because that John Legend's All of Me we used, and our videos were getting like 30, 40, 50,000. Like, can you imagine if we were able to show the cookie, what that would have taken us or took us? I don't know the proper
Yoko again. Fine, bitch.
No, but yeah, so that's what happened. But you know, and then they got the balloon for the finale. But yeah, all in all, it was a great experience.
What was the premise of the show? I mean, obviously it was a comedy show. I forget what I think it wasn't sketch comedy troops. You were it was stand up, right? And then you guys were
everything.
It was everything.
Musical acts, any kind of comedy, musical acts, stand up acts, everything.
And the grand prize was comedy, like grand prize was like money in a show.
Only 250.
Oh, that's all.
Man, I would have to split it with Chris, though.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that.
No. But it helped us tremendously, and it helped us put us on the map. And
yeah, I was going to ask you, what did you notice a change after the show in being recognized, getting booked, popularity, anything like that?
Well, yeah, our social media bumps, and then we started doing some more social media stuff, and then we started creating a tour. We got an agent, and you know, he's helping us book places at casinos. We're getting places at theaters, and everything's just moving and grooving. And then we have a gig in Charlotte, and we're like, everything's being weird with COVID. We just found out some people are getting COVID. We land in Charlotte, and we found out that Tom Hanks had COVID. We're like, oh. And then the guy from the owner from the Charlotte club, he goes, guys, we have like 30 cancellations. Like, should we still do this? Like, no, you still have a good crowd up there, but this is what's going on. And so Chris and I implemented hand sanitizer in our act.
That's phenomenal.
It went fairly funny, but then that's our last night where Chris and I had a serious talk where it's like, I don't know if we could do this. Like, I'm always like, no, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But when I was feeling eerie watching the TV, and Chris came down and goes, and Donella, who's with us, she's our stage manager. We all sat there and like, we can't do this anymore. We're there's nowhere to go.
I know.
And that's when our tour shut down. We had 40 some odd shows booked. Yeah.
That's tough, man.
So that's what happened. So we've been crowing out of it ever since. We were starting to get some more gigs in 2022, and then I fell in a hole and I got a laceration on my leg.
Bro, you
Sorry. I know I'm going over time here, but
no, you're not.
There's a lot that's happened.
Don't worry about that. You kicked the shit out of yourself. You broke your wrist, and what'd you do? You fell in what?
So when COVID came, I went back to.
Is Chris beating you? Blink twice if Chris is beating.
No, he's not. Not at all. Chris will never do anything. No. Chris is amazing. He's always been supportive of
your injuries,
my injuries and my adventures.
Yeah,
a lot of adventures, him and I. I was bartending. I hated bartending. Well, I love bartending. I hated what the hell is going on with COVID, because now people are being dicks.
Yeah.
And so it was tough to be in that world.
Yes.
People are expecting more. And so my sister said, hey, would you like to work with me at this appliance shop? And I said, yeah, maybe I need to change. Just to let you know, it's a 9-to-5 job. I had 9-to-5 jobs since like 2007.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. I'm kind of over the bartending and the scheduling. And so I was very lucky because that's Albano Appliance. amazing people. They're a family-owned business, and everyone I work with is amazing and so supportive. And they knew who I was, but because of my sister, and
you know who I am.
Yeah, they were all very welcoming, and they knew that this is what I want to do.
Sure. So they were supportive of that.
Yeah. Yes. And their daughter's in Second City, and she's super talented. So they understood all of that, and so so they knew my direction. Anyway, going to where I got hurt. I was working in we're delivering some appliances, and there was a lot of construction going on. And someone opened a water valve and didn't tell me. And as I was walking out, it was gravel, and then it was like a hole that it was cement. I couldn't see anything, and it fell right in. And I go to grab my leg. I go, oh, ow! They're going, I'm going, this is not good. This is not good. And then I go, I fell in a hole.
I mean, any reaction is warranted at that point. I mean, nothing sounds dumb. My God, man. So blood, sweat, and tears, literally, you've given to this profession.
Yeah.
Paul Valenti, I love you.
Man, you're great.
Before I
go, I just got to tell you how amazing you are, and I've been following you, and how super talented you are. And when you got on Howard Stern, just you and I were big fans of Stern.
We still talk about Howie. I listen to him later.
Oh, yeah, all day, every day.
Hey, Boner.
Hey, Boner.
I think that's my favorite drop. I think that's my favorite drop officially.
Oh, definitely. It's something one time. But I'm always going around, saying, "Good for you, good for you."
Good for you. Me too. Or I'll just, if someone says something about inches, I'll go, 4 inches is fine.
Yeah. We have.
Yeah.
It's so great. But you and I connected with that. But when I saw you on our favorite show, it blew my mind. And your song was amazing, and your music is amazing, and you are such a great performer.
Oh man!
And to be super nice too. I think you're just a hell of a person.
Oh man!
So that's why I always wanted to say, oh, this kid. This is why I want to stay in touch with you, because I think you and I relate in a lot of same ways. We're kind of like that. We have the energy. We have the same energy.
That's why we connected to begin with. I think we had the same passion, same humor, same drive and ambition, and you have never had any reason to have to support me or believe in me, and you always have. And you know, there was a time I was going through a lot the last few years before I took this gig, and I really I was going through a lot mentally, and you took the time to call me, man, and you left the nicest voicemail, because of course I didn't answer, and I did mean to call back, but we ended up talking, but I just want you to know how much that meant to me, and I'm being completely serious. That honestly was something that kept me going and really picked me up when I needed it, and I'll never forget that. And I love you, man.
I love you too, man. You're the best.
You're the best. Before we go though, tell me what's going on now. Give me the plugs, because we're gonna when we edit this, we'll put up all the graphics on the screen and the whole nine. What's going on now? You're in a play, right?
Yeah, I'm in a play called "A Jukebox for the Algonquin." It's amazing. It's Paul Stroley, who
that's nice.
Is a brilliant playwright. He's actually done a one-man show. Super funny. I'm actually going to meet him next week, because he's coming to the show. But this is the first time it's playing in the Northeast, because I did an opening in Chicago, and then Jeff Daniels was doing it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's art imitates life. I just got my dad involved with assisted living. So this play takes place in assisted living.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
I play this character, Tyler, and basically the people in assisted living basically want to sell weed, and they use me so they can buy this jukebox. for their housing.
You know, you should lie and just tell the directors, like, listen, I'm such a method actor. I'm so dedicated that I put my own father in assisted living just so I could really, you know what I mean? So I could just really feel like the character. Dude, that's outstanding. So that's May 1st through the 18th. I saw. Where will that be?
Curtain call where Chris and I met.
Awesome. Full circle, man.
And the director, Lynn Conatrell, who's amazing. This is the first time I did a show with her since '99 when I did Good Man Charlie Brown. So it's reuniting with Lynn is amazing too. So I'm very, very lucky that I'm still doing it, to still get to perform. And Chris and I are doing a bunch of workshops, and we're putting together some more classes eventually to teach.
Excellent.
And then we're doing a lot more videos now. We have a plan to put out some more stuff on the socials consistently.
Yeah.
A couple of years during the pandemic, we made what's it called? Apocalypse Live, which we did a talk show in Apocalypse.
Love that.
So you can see us on video. You can see us in mostly Instagram, TikTok, the YouTubes, all of them. You can see what we do.
Chris and Paul Show. Let me make sure I got the. Is it chrisandpaulshow.com?
Mm-hmm.
And you got the Chris and Paul podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Paul Valenti, actor, comedian. He breaks his limbs for you. Workshops. Check him out on social media. We'll have all that info on the screen. Paul, thank you for your time. It was so good to catch up with you, buddy. You might think you're lucky that you're still doing this, and maybe to some degree, there's luck involved, but you're doing this because you're talented and you've put the work in, and this is what you're supposed to be doing, man. And I'm just happy that you could join me on Good News York. And
maybe next time we do this, maybe I can do an in-person visit.
Dude, that would be awesome. We're gonna make it happen. I'm convinced you and I are going to perform in some capacity or be in the same room or stage at some point. It's gonna happen.
Well, I am. I'm actually working on a few shorts. That's my solo adventure. We'll talk more about.
Yeah, we'll talk. My people, my people will call your people. They will call. The people they
tell us what to do.
Yeah, they said we can't do it. But listen, Paul Valenti, I absolutely love you, and thank you for coming on the show. Good News York. This has been a really fun episode, and we'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday News Day, and a bunch of other shit. Mike Brindisi, Paul Valenti, chrisandpaulshow.com, and we'll have all his socials on there. He's got beautiful teeth and scars to prove it. What happened there?
Hockey injury.
I was literally going to ask you if you play hockey.
Yeah. I don't have a baby. I had a baby tooth there. Got knocked out. That's part of the list.
That's unbelievable.
My mom's like, well, we're not going to dentist, so.
No.
Yeah.
Well.
Not crooked teeth.
There it is. Paul Valenti, the toothless wonder, here on Good News York. Thanks.